All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This brother Watt from GMS Detroit camps. Want to give honor, glory, praise due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to Apostle and elders, a great millstone. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. This take place like a couple days ago. There was a earthquake in Turkey. Okay, and I'm show this video and we'll get to some scriptures.
A powerful 6.2 magnitude earthquake has hit off the coast of Istanbul. The epicenter was located in the middle of the Sea of Marmara at a depth of just 10 kilometers. Shaking has been felt in several parts of Turkey, and numerous aftershocks have also been recorded. Turkey is in a geologically volatile area surrounded by several tectonic plates. Let's bring in Al Jazeera's Melike Yoldas. She joins us now live from Istanbul. So I believe you were there when the earthquake hit. First of all, just tell us what you experienced, Melike.
Hi, Sammy. Yeah, I was actually in a coffee shop just up the road from the hotel I'm staying at in Beşiktaş. And while I was in there, I realized that I felt like I was sort of moving, and by the time I sort of processed that, the person next to me said out loud, "We're living in an earthquake," and by the time we all processed that, we looked up. Basically, the place was moving side to side, and then it stopped. We went outside and we realized like everyone's instantly out on the streets. It was just a few seconds ago when we lived that, but I think the fear is so strong here that people were already out on the streets basically.
Melike, so far I've been looking through reports. What can you tell us about casualties, the extent of damage, that kind of thing?
To be honest, right here where I am, I didn't see any buildings collapsed or any damage that anyone was talking about. Just a lot of people out on the streets, but apart from that, nothing else that I can say around me. Apart from that, I didn't hear, or I've been checking to see if there was anything. I haven't seen or heard of it yet. I think it was more so the fear that sort of got everyone out. But apart from that, I can't say myself that, there's anything that I've seen or can report on. In that regard.
Yeah, just to put this into context, of course, this comes after that huge earthquake. When was it? In 2023. I was there as well in that. But people were expecting, there was a lot of talk that there's going to be another earthquake in Istanbul. Has that translated into precautions, into, action by municipalities and so on?
The thing is, there was a 2023 earthquake, correct? But people in Istanbul in particular have this fear since the 1999 Marmara Gölcük earthquake. Where that took thousands of lives. It was, probably over 17,000 lives that were taken, and, a lot of damage had happened. That in particular was in the Marmara region, which is where Istanbul is in. And since then, there's been talks that, there's an expected huge, high magnitude earthquake that Istanbul's going to be living. And there's obviously works that people, municipalities, or anyone that basically, tries to get the municipalities to talk about and, say they're going to do some sort of earthquake works or, redesigning or rebuilding or and I think that like today's fear of people was for that reason. Apart from the 2023 earthquakes, which obviously shook people up to its core, but more particularly since 1999, people have been living in fear, in particular in Istanbul, because of that expected earthquake, which people are saying are expected around 7 magnitude or whatnot. But that's all really.
All right, we're glad you're okay, and we hope everyone else is too. Melike Yoldas.
And there you go. hey, hey, how about Shimmy Ashai? He's pretty much, hey, he's doing his thing. So let me get to some scriptures and get right to it. Book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verses 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh have made a mighty and strength one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters, overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with hand. All right. So yeah, hey, like I say, hey, how about Shemin Shah? He's doing his thing. So let me get to the next one. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thus shall be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest, and in the flame of delivering fire. All right. So, hey, hey, he's really, hey, these nations, you gotta remember they touched the apple of the Lord's eye. So, hey, they they get what they deserve. Regardless what nation they are, of the 17 nations out of the 18, out of 18, which is 17 nations, for what they done to us. All right. Let me also get this one. Isaiah 30:30, and the Lord Yahweh shall cast his um, glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down of his arm with the intentions of his anger, and with the flame of a delivering fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. So, hey, this don't sound like a God that love everybody doing all these things here. So, hey, these, hey, these earthquakes take over all over the globe. So, hey, these earthquakes, hey, but hey, that's the Habashima Shah, like I say, that's him, doing his thing. All right. Let me get you, get you one. Hold on. Give me a second here. Okay, let me get Zechariah chapter 2, verses 8. For thus shall the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations, which spoil you, for he that touches you touches the apple of my eye. And these other nations, they have touched us. Okay. They touched us. And so, so these are the nations that enslaved us, that touched us, put their hands on us. This is just the beginning for them, because, after, once Yahweh come and take over the planet, and all these nations, what's the next step for them? Is what? Slavery. All right. So, hey, they're gonna, pay for it, But yeah, this is a earthquake in Turkey. What they say, 6.2. So yeah, Lord willing, is edifying. So with that, Want to give honors, God, His praise due to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash, double honors, Pasnell. That's a great millstone. Peace to Arkin that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. Shalom.